Oh, we've got a playoff atmosphere down at Dragon Stadium as two undefeated squads, the John Jay Mustangs and the Southwest Dragons, square off for a 14-5A district supremacy. Dragons got on the board first with a field goal, and then on the ensuing kickoff, Nicholas Rios finds a crease, throws a little stiff arm, and he is gone. Jay would miss the extra point, though. They lead it 6-3. Next Southwest possession, and they turn to the ground game. Just a punishing run here by Jaw Mills, doing his best Marshawn Lynch impression before he gets taken down. That would set up the Dragons offense a few plays later in the second quarter. Tyson Dean punching it in. Dragons up 10-6. Jay was about to get the ball back, but they muffed the punt, and the Southwest recovers, and they cash in right before halftime. Southwest up 16-6 at the break. John Jay would get the ball to start the second half, but they lose it on the fumble here. Romeo Castillo with the recovery. The Dragons would extend their lead as Noah Manzano punches it in from the fullback spot. It's 23-6 Southwest. Then the Dragons special teams with a big play. They recover the pooch kick and steal a possession. Jaw Mills is going to score from short yardage. A few plays later, Southwest starting to pull away in this one. But the Mustangs can score quick to Jari Wellington with a nice option keeper. That brings them back to within two scores, 30-18 in the fourth quarter. Wellington going back to pass on 4th and long, going for a shot for the end zone, but it's broken up. Great defense by Andre Sullivan of Southwest. Dragons would add a score late, and they go on to win 37-18 over John Jay. And you know Coach Franco is psyched up for this one.
It means that for tonight, everything's good in the world. A bunch of kids came together. Let's go! That's what it means, baby! That's what it means right there. All those hours we put in, this is what we do. It's an unbelievable feeling, man. It's all about those kids.
How awesome is that? First time since 2009, the Southwest Dragons are undefeated, well on their way to a district title. One more game to go. Welcome to another week of the Friday Night Fever. Let's go right back to that district. 14-5A Division I, the Southwest Legacy Titans and the South San Bobcats battling for third place in that district. Second possession for the Bobcats, and Alex Trevino going right up the middle. He's in for pay dirt, and South San takes an early 7-0 lead in the first quarter. After the defense turns Legacy over, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Some tough running here by Trevino again around that right side, setting up the Bobcat offense, and Trevino would score early in the second quarter to extend the lead. Right now, they are in control in the fourth quarter. They lead it 41-14. Checking on the scoreboards here, this is in District 29 6A. Steele shutting out the Canyon Cougars. Impressive stuff by the Knights, 62-0. And then East Central, they put up a 50-burger on Clemens, 56-7, the final out there at Linhoff Stadium. And then Judson hanging on there, trying to make a comeback. Buda Johnson leading late in the fourth quarter, 38-36. The Rockets are trailing. And as it always is, tight race in District 27 6A. Both the Reagan Rattlers and Clark Cougars tied for second coming into tonight. First quarter action, and look out for Reagan's Cole Pryor on the loose, speeding his way to the second level, gets dragged down inside the 5. But a nice 45-yard run sets up an easy 2-yard score a couple plays later. And then after the Rattlers forced a turnover on downs, Pryor going to find the end zone for a second time. Rattlers roll tonight, 49-12. A couple more scores from that district. The Johnson Jaguars shut out Churchill 55-0 and hang on to that top spot. Madison picking up the win as they shut out Lee 31-0. And in 5A action, Pieper stays undefeated as they beat Victoria East 49-17. The Alamo Heights Mules on the road trying to cap off an undefeated regular season against Kerrville-Tivy. And the Mules get on the board first as Blake Bader breaks free, and he sneaks inside the pylon here for the 26-yard touchdown. Alamo Heights up 7. Tivy quarterback Peyton Bailey running the flea flicker. And look at President Calamaco coming down with a great catch. Tivy would tie it up a few plays later, but the Mules answer as Michael Terry III scores from short yardage, and the Mules win it, going undefeated in the regular season, 34 straight district wins, the final 39-7. Here are some more scores from Class 5A. Smithson Valley crushes the MacArthur Brahmas. Rangers starting to gear up for another playoff run. The New Braunfels Unicorns bounce back as they beat Seguin 41-24. And the Birdie Greyhounds shutting out McCollum with a 50-burger tonight. Let's go to District 12 5A Division II. Edison taking on the top dogs. The Burbank Bulldogs picked this one up in the second half. It was all over but the shouting. Kevin Hernandez connecting with Edward Palomo for the touchdown. Burbank blows out Edison and wins its first district title since 1978. The Jefferson Mustangs going for their third win in a row, taking on Brackenridge. The Mustangs rely on their rushing attack, and Uriah Bocanegra gets it started. A long run here is going to get them inside the 10-yard line, and then a couple plays later, Bocanegra is going to score, extending their lead 42-10 in the second quarter. The Mustangs roll, and they are in solid position heading into the final week. At the 4A level, the Davenport Wolves trying to make it 6-0 in district play against Canyon Lake. Wolves up 54-35 in the fourth quarter. Canyon Lake keeps the pressure on and makes it a one-score game as Harris Gilliam dives in for the score. They only trail by 8 now, but Davenport marches down the field and they put this one away as Mason Falcone jittersbugs his way to the outside and scores. Wolves able to run the table in district play. They win it 61-42. A couple more scores from that district. The Somerset Bulldogs hang 74 on Kennedy as they win huge. Pleasanton beats Uvalde 20-7. And then back up at the 6A level, Medina Valley falling in a close one to Del Rio tonight, 14-13. Don't go anywhere. We've got more post-game reaction from our game of the week, plus more scores when the Friday Night Fever rolls on.
A. Henry Sports Desk.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Fever. The Southwest Dragons come out on top in tonight's Game of the Week showdown. 37-18 the final score, and a big night for the Southwest Dragons seniors.
We haven't been district track since 2009. Last year we had a good run. Unfortunately, we lost to Southside. We would have been district champs then, but it feels amazing to be district champs right now. We still got something to do. We got to make it far in the playoffs and continue to keep working.
All right, once again, congrats to the Southwest Dragons. Let's get back to some more scores. The Southside Cardinals get win number 3 of the season. They beat Eagle Pass 17-7. And at the 4A level, Carrizo Springs shuts down Pearsall 30-0. Bandera also blanking Memorial 42-0. In 13-3A Division I, Llano stays undefeated in district play as they beat Marion 38-12. Ingram Moore hanging half 100 on Luling, 56-7 the final. And the Randolph Rohawks find their footing as they take down Florence 54-20. We're rounding up a few more scores from tonight's action. We'll bring them to you right after this. Welcome back. On our way out with a few more scores from the area district. 14-3A, Jourdanton gets a win over the Hondo Owls 47-34. The Cole Cougars win big over Poteet 42-14. And Crystal City gets a 7-point win over the Lido Pirates. The Dilley Wolves keep their winning streak alive. They win a close one over Cotulla 23-16. Karn City blows out Nixon Smiley 41-14. And Stockdale has no trouble with Natalia 42-6. The final. And in the Taps division, the Buttons squeak out a win in a close game with Houston St. Pius 36-34. St. Anthony falls to their counterparts, and the Antonian Apaches pick up a win over Concordia Lutheran 38-28.